Hey everyone, this is going to be Dealing with Dumbasses 4. I'm walking home. I figured, fuck it, I'll do this because I need to kind of let this out before I go to bed because I was thinking about this because this happened the other day and I was basically like, what the fuck? This is dumb and bullshit. So basically, I'll lay out the scenario for you, okay? I was playing a locals and I'm playing a kid. He's about 12, 13. You know, he's a kid. He's not exactly a teenager yet. I'm playing him. Well, his mom is watching. Now, I have no fucking problem with parents watching. It's when they're doing coaching shit I don't like. Now, you're probably like, what do you mean? Well, we were in turn 6 or 7 or something like that. Late game. We're in turn like 10 almost. And I've got Falso Dina and 3 back rows. So I've got pretty good control. Because I got Falso Dina, Trap Hole, Bottomless, and Solemn Judgment. I got Solemn Judgment. So I've got control. I've got options. So I'm playing him. He's got like 4 cards in hand, 2 cards face down, whatever. He goes, and he sets a monster and ends. He's got 2 backers and a monster. I draw. I normal summon the gadget, activate the site. He goes, activate Divine Wrath. I'm like, okay, that fucking bites, whatever. So he destroys my monster, goes to the graveyard. As I'm about to continue to play, his mom, actually he Book of Moon by Dinah first. He Book of Moon Dinah, and then I normal summon the gadget. Because I don't know why he booked Dinah, but then I found out a little bit later. But I don't think he was even thinking of this, but whatever. So he booked Dinah, normal summon the gadget. He goes Divine Wrath. I'm like, okay. I'm guessing he was going to try and Divine Wrath Dinah, that's why he booked it, but it doesn't matter because I summoned the gadget and he Divine Wrathed it. So I'm like, okay. So I put the gadget in the graveyard. I'm about to flip summon Dinah. And his mom behind him goes, James, don't misplay. And then the kid goes, oh, by the way, special summon Vendalgion using his effect. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? If she had not said that, I honestly think, with all of my heart, the dude would have not played the fucking Vendalgion. Which, even if it wasn't misplay on his part, that's part of the fucking game. It's how you learn. And I looked at her, and I glared at her. She's like, what? I was at the TO, because I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you going to allow this? And I looked at him, and he knew immediately what I was going to say. And he's like, well, give him a break. He's only like 10 or 11. I'm like, no, there's no fucking breaks. Are you kidding me? Because, if this kid didn't know what the fuck he was doing, fine. But this kid's one of those little pro bastards, basically his mom buys him all his cards, and he's playing some fucking net deck thing from Japan. It's just like, dear God, what the fuck is this deck? It was pretty brutal. It was like all counter traps with like Bountiful Artemis and shit like that. Whatever it was, I didn't like it. So, and I looked at him, I'm like, and like I said, he's like, well, he's pretty young, so just give him a break. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? When did we start giving special treatment to people because they're shorter or taller than someone else? I mean, what the fuck is going on here? Coaching is illegal, period. Now, I don't want to be a douchebag. I could argue this and make him, give the kid a game loss or whatever. I'm just like, fine, you know what? Whatever. So I'm like, fine, I'll let it go. And, I flip summon my Dinah, destroys Vendalgion, all that bullshit. And I ended up winning that game. Now, we started going to side decks. That was game 1. We started going into side deck. And he's going to the side deck, and he puts 3 cards in it. 3 cards, whatever. I go through mine, I put like 4 in. And as he's shuffling his deck, she's like, don't forget, Royal Decree kills gadgets. And he stops, and he goes back to the side deck. And it takes 2 more cards and puts them in his deck. It takes 2 more out. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I looked at the TO again. And then he nodded, and he went over to talk to her. That's all he did. He just talked to her and then walked away. So this little guy just got to put in 2 free Royal Decree on me, and there's going to be no game loss because of it. I'm like, wow, this is fucking bullshit. So I was playing against him in game 2, and I was being anally raped, basically, because he played Royal Decree turn 3. I'm like, you SOB. But I finally got, a way to get rid of it. I Moss Reborn, his tuner, normal, some gadget, synchronous and bionic. Bounced that shit out the field, set my soul in judgment, and said, fuck this. So, I got rid of it. And I played around it. I finally got around it, and I won game 2. Well, we go into game 3, and now he's playing a very good deck, but it has one major flaw. Late game, it runs out of cards really fast. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to side in, because I was taking 2 Summoning Curse at the time in my side deck, just testing it out. I'm like, I'm going to side these in. So I side them in. And I shuffle my deck. Next thing I know, I see her walk around the table from behind me and whisper something in his ear. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, you cannot tell me she just seriously did that. So I looked at the TO and I was like, dude. And he looked at me, he's like, what? I'm like, you didn't see that? He's like, see what? I'm like, God, really? So, there's nothing I can really do about that. I'm like, well, he knows I got the summoning curse now. And so I went back to my side deck. I picked up my side deck, and she walks back around behind me. I'm like, I lost it, dude. I turned around, and I looked at her. I'm like, you get the fuck away from me. I was not in a good mood, because you cannot do that. Like, that's total cheating. That's complete bullshit. So I told her, get away from me. And, she was like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, right. What do you think I am, an idiot? Get the fuck away from me. You're trying to see what I'm siding in. So what I did was I fucked with her. I did a pile shuffle. I shuffled my side deck in my main deck, did a couple of shuffles, took 15 cards out really fast, really discreetly, and that was all there was to it. Go tell him what I sided in now, you bitch. I mean, and this is just like this, shit like this happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you just don't realize it. And it can really fuck with you. I mean, I've actually seen this, guys who use their girlfriends do this too. That's why when you're at regionals and bigger events, all the judges will say, get the fuck away from the table, because that shit happens. Now, in this experience, it was a little kid, so, I don't know. I wasn't exactly worried, I guess, but at the same time, I was still pretty pissed that it was happening. I mean, that's just some bullshit. Like, you can't do that. It's not fair. And also at the same time, I was just like, I wanted to just yell at his mom. Are you fucking dumb? If you keep doing this for him, he'll either get banned, DQ'd, or you'll never learn. Like, you learn by making mistakes and by losing. Take me, for example. There was a time when, I kid you not, I sucked at Yu-Gi-Oh! I would go to regionals and get like X1. Or, well, like 1X technically. Because it's like, I'd have one win. And that's because the person didn't show up. So, I mean, there was a time when I was pretty bad at Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know shit. I didn't know rulings. I didn't know strategy. I just played a bunch of cards. And was like, eat dick! But, I mean, as time went on, I realized I kept losing. I'm like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. So I figured out what I was doing wrong. I was able to change it. And I do things differently now. And because of that, I can win, like, constantly, consistently. Win, 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 win. And that's just like, that's what you have to do. So by her telling him, all this bullshit, even if he wins, he's not learning anything. He's learning, oh, okay, I can just rely on my mom to give me information. At a regionals, it's called a DQ, bitch. And an SJC, that's called a ban. So, he just, parents piss me off in that regard. Now, another way to piss me off is, well, part 2.